Greetings, Pisces gang. This is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your energy reading. This is going to be your energy reading for the next foreseeable, say, 2 to 3 weeks. I'd say, yeah, about 2 to 3 weeks, guys. I went on and decided I was going to pull a card from my Black Moon astrology deck just to see what sign Spirit had in mind for me to read for. And we have the sign of Pisces. This is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Stay tuned to see if any of the messages resonate with you. Now, this could also be associated with your Eastern chart if you follow, or subscribe more so to your Vedic or sidereal chart more than your Western tropical chart. It's how it applies to you. The messages in this reading could also be interchanged. It could also be vice versa, It's not necessarily because there is cross-watcher energy, although that is an influence for it. It very much could be. It's just that, Spirit could be reading the tea on you, But of course, I will be reading from the perspective of the Pisces. And again, you're just to take it how it resonates from there. Somehow I got 2 of my Gypsy Sibylla Oracle cards mixed up in my astrology deck here. And they were the cards of constancy and faithfulness. So we're going to go ahead and use these for some of your crowning cards here. But guys, the tarot deck that I am going to use is the Golden Tarot from Cat Black. So that's what we're going to go ahead and get into, guys. Alright, so these were the cards that popped out. We have got 4 here. We've got the 6 of Coins, the 9 of Cups, the High Priestess. Let me make some room for these cards here. And the Page of Coins. Okay. Well, the motto of Pisces, of course, is I believe. That is the motto, that is the mantra, number 24 in this particular deck. And interestingly enough, like beliefs and faith are at the forefront of your reading. As we can see here, if I hadn't done this in a while, but I'll take you guys with me within the constancy card and the faithfulness card there. That's where we're going to start, okay? Now, with that, this is where we see beliefs and traditions and faith and stuff come into play. I feel like there's been a lot of rearranging and shifting and changing of your life and of its course and its trajectory and your journey, okay? So if you did not like the way things were going, or what that translated to later for some of you is as you began to like the way things were going, you still knew that there could be some fine-tuning or there could be more, what you decided to do is really go for it. And what started as like a radical uprooting kind of way, giving yourself a tower moment, if you will, because there was an understanding that that's just how that had to happen. You're now coming to a point where, and me as the reader, it's like, we as the vessels are the perfect ones to give particular messages for a reason. It's been something that I have been particularly noticing in my life. Hold on, let me not get ahead of myself. But we're gonna tie it all in, guys. But yeah, if you want things to drastically change, you know, you've been like uprooting things, but you've been waiting for, I guess, waiting for those bigger blessings to come into sight. So one thing I've been noticing is that, and I've tested this because I've gotten to the point where I can test this and it'll happen like quickly in real time, where I will, the moment I feel like I want to give up on something or just like say fuck it, whether it's like with a person or a thing or like an idea, just whatever it is, I notice. It started off with me noticing that like that's when it would happen, and I know that that's like the cliche that you toss around, but but this is at a point in your life where it's more frequent. You're starting to see synchronicities more frequently. You're starting to see things like this more frequently. So like you'll be able to like test it, because you'll be allotted a lot of moments, right, to navigate the feeling of, I don't think I want this anymore. I don't think I want to talk to them anymore. I don't think I care for this anymore. And then you'll notice that like before you block that number or delete that person from Facebook or social media, any platform, you know, because you have that feeling of wanting to do it. You wait maybe 30 minutes, maybe you wait 24 hours. You certainly don't wait any longer than 48. It's like 24 to 36 hours. You'll wait. Not just wait, you know, you've lived life. Like you're not waiting, but you just, you know, you've lived life between the course of like 30 minutes to like 36 hours, which you have the 3 in the 30 minutes. 3 and 0 is 3, and then 36 hours, the 6 and the 3 is 9, which 3 is the root of. So we've got strong 3 energy here, if that means anything to you, 3 or 9. But you get a text from that person or a call from that person. You know, that person you were just about to throw in the towel on, or just as the moment arose where you might have been tired of a job or you felt like it wasn't really putting back into you very much, or maybe you weren't excited about it anymore, or what have you, and you're contemplating putting in your, you know, your 2 semanas, you know, the good old 2 weeks. Or, you know, I mean, some people still do that. Some people just like balls out quit. But anywho, like there's a meeting and you get like this evaluation or something, and then they're giving you praise and like a fat ass bonus, or like an award, or I don't know. You know, it could be these are just examples here that I'm giving, but they could be anything of the mold. It's gonna be like that. Like start to notice, you know, as you've ascended spiritually and you're tapped into more things, you'll be aware how quickly you can tap into these things. Like how much they're at your disposal to really tap into these lessons, into these themes here, right? So, like, for example, like I said, you know, the next time you might even feel fed up because the faithfulness card is showing that you're going to, through the resilience that you've already shown and proven, that, like, the universe is not going to let you fail. The universe is not going to, you know, go back on delivering what it is that is just in judgment and for blessing for you, right? And the constancy card is again that determination, that will, that drive to continue. But you know, one thing that you do notice about this constancy card, which becomes evident in the way this reading is going here, is that, you know, in this situation, I would see that if constancy, like if the depiction had her in some sort of motion, it would show that, like, okay, you know, I know things are getting tough, but like I see the finish line. I'm very optimistic. Like, if this constancy card was in motion, because it can be depicted that way within duality. However, the way it's depicted here with her, she's very fucking still. This card is Taurus energy for me. As a reader, just drops mic. I didn't do that on purpose. But yeah, you know, she's very still, and it's showing that, like, she's just like, you know what, like, I'm gonna fucking take a break, or you know what, I'm not fucking moving. What's going on? Like, it's giving that type of energy here, where now the constancy or the rigidity is starting to come in the form of the potential to stand in your own way, right? Because now there's a focus on being solid or fixed and like, God damn it, where are my roses? You know? Which is interesting that I say that, because she's posted up on this thing with this vine here and a rose in sight on it. But, like, you know, if she were to move, perhaps, if there were any motion in this card, it might reveal some. So, I don't know. That's for you to decide, Pisces. Now, as we get down here to, oh yeah, because like, well, like, let's just, because then I glance back to the I Believe card, you know, if your convictions are your convictions, you will fucking navigate them through the entire way. Like, and things will come as they may, because your beliefs should be oriented around doing things because of how it resonates with you and your progression, within the understanding that not everything is going to be cake, you know? But if it starts to get a little mucky for you because, you know, you're starting to feel like you're burning out, or feel like, you know, like, hey, you know, fuck, I need more than this. Fuck, there should be more than this. Or, man, I've been working hard. Like, or at least to the point where you're not even acknowledging the other blessings that are already around you. Then, you know, so. Now we get to the, it's like, you know, are your beliefs, like, really that solid? Like, so maybe that's really the whole ultimate test. Like, where your beliefs at? Where's your head at? You know, I don't know. Where your beliefs at, Pisces? We're gonna find out. Give me a moment. Excuse me. You know, sometimes like some like title ideas might come to me, so I might just do that. Write them down. Now we get to the Six of Coins, the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Page of Coins here. And I'm also going to throw in some Goddess guidance before we get into like these final four cards here, which, like, you know, I mean, I suppose that might be a little better. Okay. Yes. What have we got here? What have we got here? I have not viewed it yet myself. Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors for too long. Go outside and enjoy some fresh air. Get some fresh air. I guess I threw the word enjoy in there, but I mean, if you're gonna get some, you might as well enjoy it, right? Hey, and you take that play on words if you want, because, I mean, it did pop into my head. But, anywho, maybe that's something that, like, you getting outdoors will bring for you, you know, a little nookie. I don't know what you know what you need, in that way. But, yeah, the way Cordelia is applying to this, man, it's like, at this point of the game, Pisces, the only way you're going to really get to to get these roses, the only way you're gonna get your fucking roses, the only way you're gonna see this is if you get out of the fucking way, move, create motion, and like, this is going back to the whole, just the whole the spiel, the whole fucking message that I got channeled through me, because and I guess the swearing is coming because I'm just like, Pisces, now I see what it is. Like, come on now, dude, I love you so much. So I'm not saying this out of judgment, because we're all growing our shit, elevating our shit, and getting it together. But here at HK Readings, I'm gonna keep it real to Holyfield with you, and I will just be like, you remember I was talking about how, like, maybe there are some roses on this vine here, which I've never really noticed before. This vine, if she just gets out of the fucking way, creates motion in this constancy card, starts moving for the right reasons again, moving behind the beliefs that they have that got them to where they are, instead of questioning them, or like just being like, okay, hey, I don't see, like what I feel like I should have. And again, part of it is understanding the blessings that are already around you, or within you, that you have, like being appreciative for that, shukra, grateful, and I think that if you're stagnant, just and there isn't quite any inspiration that you can take hold of right now that you can note, just get out there. Just get out there and do it. Get the fuck out there and do it. Okay? Get the fuck out there. Now, for many of you, romance is something that is on the brain for you, but in a way that is very mature, in a way in which you want to build, in a way in which you might already have children, and kind of have like a family, or like a sense of a life in that way established. So you're looking for things that are elevated in that sense, like somebody who is got their head on straight, and maybe a certain sense of security and mental acuity and security to be able to support a family fiscally and emotionally and physically. All of these things, I think that that's what you're trying to bring in. And you've done so much work. You know how we talk about how like everything's connected, right? And you realize that through the journey, just how everything is tied in. Like, don't forget that everything you've been doing that brings you to this Nine of Cups energy and the synergy of the Six of Coins here is a beautiful, happy, peaceful synergy that I'm seeing that you've developed from really engaging healthily with all the different aspects of your life to build them up. And, like one has naturally translated to the other, and to the other, and to the other. And then even though one translated to the second and to the third is equally, exclusive within a relationship with the first as it is with the second that led to it. Like, so you're seeing all of this. So, like, don't forget that that's going to be the same case when it comes to the relationship that you want to bring in. And with everything that I said in the beginning of the reading, this is just going to show that you are so close to it. You're that close to it, Pisces. Well, if you don't know, now you know. I had to counteract that with something because I realized that, like, I just did it again. But as we grow, we have these words or phrases that we may say often that become a part of just our everyday vocabulary, has become a part of mine. I think it just fits for so much. Now, for this relationship again that you want to bring in, you're going to have to get out. And the universe with this High Priestess to the Page of Coins is saying, take a chance and stop trying to have control over everything. Stop thinking about it too much. Just stop trying to map out how it's supposed to look or how it's going to happen. And just realize that you're like your natural ebb and like your natural flow, your natural journeying and lifing is leading you to it. The fuck? What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? What are you doing? What are you talking about? What are you on? What are you saying? What are you not saying? Maybe that's it. You know, equal mix of what you're doing and not doing, Pisces. But at the same time, you got everything to be doing it right. Just do it how you do it best, which is naturally. Oof. And, you know, every sign has this thing, but ain't nothing like a Pisces trying to force some shit or not doing anything at all. Mutable water. You are meant to flow, and you are meant to just flow effortlessly, whether you have to move around something or through something or whatever. So, yeah, you're not meant to be still, and you are meant to just fucking flow naturally. Over obstructions, through obstructions, because you've become aware of what your essence requires and how to move within a way that every moment is a reflection of your happiness, right? So keep doing that. Just remember that. And that's when this Page of Coins here, that's when that offer comes in. Which is exciting because that means really you attain this whenever you decide to. Like the moment, you know? And when I say the moment, for many of you, it really is going to be the fucking moment. Like the moment you really just decide to say like, you know what? Like, what am I talking about? I'm abundant and I already know that everything I want is right here before me. And like this, even this relationship, like everything has been, I've been feeling this stirring, and that's been bringing this anxiety of like, I feel like everything's been coming up to this moment, but like nothing's happening. What's going on? Get up and get out there. The next time you feel the urge, do it. And I don't care if you hop in your car to just go take a drive and all of a sudden you get a follow on Instagram from that person, and then that story leads to what it's supposed to be, because it don't have to be like you get in your car and you just go somewhere and you meet that person. Like, it's just because you took the step to do that. All of a sudden, like to, you know, get in your car and say, I'm going to go out and get some fresh air. I'm going to go to the park. Like all of a sudden somebody, you know, who's a mutual friend comes across your profile and they add you, and then like you pick up your phone while you're driving, you're probably at a red light and you're like, who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, you know, like, and it's just one of those things that like you, again, going back to the connectivity, you don't think that that's connected, but it fucking is. It's not connected through the physical, logical action of it, but it is through energetic flow. But you know, just because you went out into like, and you know, interesting, like I'm, you know, as I channel this, like I think about how like that's even happened for me recently, you know, like where I reminded myself through doing like an action like that, just like I'm just gonna go, you know, like just do my thing, like just enjoy myself, you know. And like something happened that was just kind of like, oh, like, oh, that's cool. But I knew it was, even though it was on paper, like totally not related to like what I was getting out and going to do, or like what was on my mind. Like it I knew that it was related in the sense that because I exuded this Cordelia energy, in short, if you will, you know, like that manifestation just popped up. So I love you guys and gals. If you resonated with this reading, leave your comments below, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I mean, I really do love your interactions, so yeah, let me know what's on your mind.